Hey guys, Tbull here. Today we're checking out a new beast, Plymouth. I got Belfast on there. I got mix of protection and AP prowess. Not a bad build for the ship. You only have AP in the Plymouth. There's the mods. Somewhat exposed citadel, like all these British light cruisers. You got to be safe. You got to keep yourself hidden and not shot. You can't get blown up in this. I've gotten dev struck once out of the 5 games I played so far. But this ship, we got to talk about what's going to happen with it, okay? You need to understand when you buy this, they got the little disclaimer on their premiums now. Oh, okay, we can change the stats in the future. This will either be moved to tier 8, probably, or the stats are going to be changed, all right? This is already a beast. Check the CC Discord a moment ago. This is the, couple hours after we got our hands on the ship. And, I think it was Tommy Boy had a 4,600 XP game. Meta had a 4,000 XP game. This one's a mere 3,400 XP game. So before you turn it off, check the title of the video. It's going to be a doozy. Don't you worry. It's a good video. But this thing's a menace. All right. So if you're purchasing this now, understand that you're purchasing a god tier ship, potentially the best ship in the game currently. But it will 100% get changed. It'll get clipped. Okay. They're not going to put a CE on this thing and let it remain as is. The CE solution was for premiums that didn't have the disclaimer on it. Okay. So anyway, we're on what is this? Atlantic. We're moving up here. Now I'm desperately trying to get behind this big island. I was choosing between this big island and the one you see that destroyer directly to the north of me. That's the island I played the game before this. Had some success over there, but that's a smaller island. This thing, I'm like, okay, if we can get on that big island without dying, then I'm pretty much guaranteed, a lethal position, because anything that tries to rush this will get smoked. Maybe a battleship can get away with rushing it, but very hard to dislodge. Got a wicked torpedo attack on it as well. Akatsuki pulling in here. We're going to try and get him off the board. Don't quite dev strike him, but you can certainly dev strike destroyers. We may or may not see that here. Here's the thing you got to remember about this and ships like this. When we're trying to slow down and deploy the smoke to stay alive, these things do not stop quickly. Alright, so you need to be slowing down several seconds before the smoke is deployed at least. If you can get completely stopped and then maybe slightly speed up to quarter speed while the smoke is deploying, just stretch the speed out, that would be ideal. But, oof. That Bismarck almost got us killed there by sailing right next to us. Thanks, buddy. But yeah, it's very easy to squirt through this thing. That's when I got dev struck. I was in a tight situation. I was trying to be aggressive, attack a destroyer, and then I realized the battleship was going to blow me up. Tried to hit the smoke and squirted right through it. Boom, dead. All right, so that's familiar to anyone who knows the British light cruiser playstyle. So what's so different about this thing? Well, it's basically... It should be familiar. It feels a lot like Fiji, but it's got the second highest damage per minute in the game, only behind Minotaur. Alright, Minotaur's damage per minute, 768,000 last time I checked, and this one, a mere 595,200. Okay, well that sounds pretty big. What's the next one at the tier? Mine's 525,000, which is already a monster. Okay, that one got the classic edition treatment or collector's edition treatment because they realized they went too far with that one. I don't think it warranted a huge nerf like this. I mean, it's possible they'll leave this thing alone. It's very possible, but just the velocity of insane scores I've seen with people playing this thing just a few games is disconcerting for fans of balance. All right, so let's start diving into the game here. We got both the kills so far. Moving forward here, now the Nagato could put an end to the reign of terror very quickly. Alright, but I gotta get on that island, right? I can't have guys all over the board shooting at this thing, because that will not work. Alright, so we gotta just take a risk here. Can the Nagato kill me or not? We're about to find out. Alright, we try an angle there. We actually don't really take any serious damage whatsoever. Lose a torpedo or whatever. That ship over there to the north, I think that's the enemy Plymouth, who, by the way, will wind up with a 3K game as well, if they would have won. I think it's a 2K game, but I mean, easily the top 2 scores in this game are Plymouth, and that was also, I've seen screenshots of my Dewey's Lounge in the members section of my Discord. Same thing was there. They were posting their own scores in the Plymouth, and inevitably the enemy's top score was the Plymouth as well. So words getting around here, making this the morning of the release. By the time you see it tomorrow, I'm sure most of you will have probably at least gotten an inkling, at least if you played any Tier 7 yesterday, how strong this is. So, trying to stay alive here in Nagato, and look at these rips. I mean, this is every 5.5 seconds, give or take. We're getting 5k damage if we're hitting the appropriate spots, and that is withering damage. Withering damage. Hard to sustain an attack like that. Alright, so we clear this side out now. The destroyer, oh, he's coming back for more, Kiev. Alright, come on, buddy. Oh boy, you're starting to realize very quickly the errors of the ways after this one. Did they get a torp off? I don't know. But I'm just going to go ahead and he gone on that one. That's how quickly we can take those destroyers down. Easily could one-shot a lot of the destroyers, so that one's got enough HP that it took 2 shots, but we got it within the time frame needed, and we got 4 kills. Enemy teams lost 4 ships, not too bad here. Let's see if we can get out of this without getting stuck on this beach for 5 minutes looking like goofs. Alright, we're checking around. There's the Plymouth. We better keep an eye on him. And I'm looking on the map here saying to myself, he's trying to push. Alright, now I'm moving this way primarily to counter this destroyer. I'm hoping he's going to come right around the bend. We can blast him as well. That would be ideal from my perspective. But I'm also noting Plymouth. Okay, well, I've played Plymouth. I know what Plymouth is capable of. Can I kill the Plymouth? That would be a glorious play. Vok, you don't want to rush to Plymouth, my boy. Get back. That's what we're saying to him right there. He didn't listen. He's dead. Do not rush the Plymouth in destroyers. Period. Alright, so we're going to see what's happening here. We're not spotted yet. Okay, where's the destroyer? Is he behind the island to the northwest, or did he turn more centrally? We don't know, but here's going to be the moment of truth. Plymouth, can we get him broadside? I'm hoping for one glorious shot and then maybe a couple withering follow-ups, but he immediately angles. And now we're in trouble here. We're going to attempt to slam on the brakes, get the smoke going. He's going to have a sonar that's going to be able to pick us up at the same time. And at this point in time, I'm thinking we're probably going to lose. I'm going to start to attack his guns, trying to keep ourselves alive as best we can. And we'll start to get some hits here. The Benson is shooting him, and he's distracting him. Normally I'd be like, no, don't dive close range to the Plymouth, but in this case, I think he kept us alive there. He does kill him. We're able to knock out that front gun. He's getting some back gun action going here, and he's closely winning the DPM fight. Does my torp hit him? No! Benson's hits him. And at the time, I'm like, alright, that was a hell of a save. Can I have any sort of impact on the game? Can I still get that Kraken, which I was kind of hoping for, having the first 4 kills of the game. So I'm like, alright, you know, little did I know that we would get 4 more kills, and then we would have missed the perfect 9-kill game by just about 1 pull of the trigger. Nevertheless, it's a very, very real possibility that we would have died had that. And in fact, I actually think if the Benson wasn't there at all, we probably would have lost that fight. The other guy had more HP, and, you know, it's just a matter of trading damage at that point in time. If the Benson doesn't kill him there, it's at least a 50-50, not greater, that he would have killed me there. So, I mean, I'm not going to be mad about it. I'm just pointing that out. Someone on the Discord asked me, how did you not get the 9th kill? And that was it right there. So, we're moving in. Kutuzov, if he's looking at me, if any of these guys are looking at me, number one, now that you know what the Plymouth does, like the Minotaur, go ahead and kill it. Minotaur is basically a higher priority target than destroyers at this point in time. And Plymouth, until it gets fixed, if it ever does, should be the same thing. It'll absolutely wreck your team. There's the Kraken, hoping for the double. Come on, can I hit the York? No, I can't aim. Now these shots do get pretty floaty, and they do take a while to get down range. So if you know my ship build on this, or the Americans, I don't put range boosts on these. You got to understand, okay, the effective range is shorter. Here's another double opportunity. Come on, Kutuzov, Lee, hold still, my boy. Ah, jeez. He was broadside for a second there, and I was like, okay, we're going to get this double on top of this 6-kill Kraken game at this point in time. But he angles against us. He's fighting something else. That's fine. But we go ahead and see if we can at least get him off the board. And now he's angling against him, and here's going to be another shot. And there's our lone citadel of the game. A lot of the AP damage has been peppering superstructures. And that's how it needs to be. I mean, sometimes even against destroyers, if you're hitting them in the hull and they're pointed more or less directly at you, you're going to be ricocheting those shots. So it's kind of, from a design perspective, that's kind of the balance of these British light cruisers, is you can supposedly angle against them. But even if you're tightly angled against them, if they're still hitting you in the superstructure, it might not be as reliable, but it's still potentially quite strong damage. So we'll see that with the Zeiton here. The Zeiton, I'm going to have a little bit difficulty hitting him, which I'm fine. You know, I got 7 kills. Who needs 8? But I am, at this point in time, I'm getting a little nervous. Can I get him? I don't usually get that adrenaline rush anymore. I haven't played thousands and thousands of games, but this one is my highest kill game that I'm aware of. I know for a fact I didn't get 9. I would have remembered that. I sincerely doubt I've ever had 8, and I don't know if I've ever had 7 or not. So, this is a pretty fun game to play here. And we're just giving him the old silver showers. And now that he turns broadside to us, he's getting us in the secondary range, which is a good play. If he had more health, he would kill us by doing that, but we're able to kill him before he's killing us. So that's a look at the 8-kill Plymouth game for you guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. Hey, new to the channel, if you don't mind, consider subscribing, and consider subscribing to Bull Bites too. Link in the description. Questions, comments, leave them below. Do love to hear from you guys, and we'll see y'all later. All right, peace.